Who is the most important piece of the Indianapolis Colts defense in 2023?
There's no better way to get better at football than playing football. So if you want to...
Taylor's going to finish it!
I've always been confident in my abilities. I think, I'm a guy that can go out there, and I always believe in myself that I'm going to get open and make the play if they throw me the ball.
The third. Ryan, end zone shot for Pierce. He caught it! Oh, what a...
Everyone, and welcome to the Colts Cast. We're here to talk about everything and anything Indianapolis Colts. He is Jamal Lawrence, and I am Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast. As always, guys, so close to 1,000 subscribers. If you're on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and hit that button for us while you're tuning in. We're super close. Might do something special once we hit it. Plus, it's free, everybody. Just hit that button. All right. So, into the main segment. We have to admit, it's an offensively driven league right now. QB driven, to be more specific. However, defense is still a crucial part to a team's success. The Colts defense, led by Gus Bradley, will hopefully be stronger with the presumed better offense. They're not getting gassed out as much. And with that, who is the most important player on the defense going into the 2023 season? I think everyone has an opinion on this, but we're going to give you our takes on this topic. Jamal, in your opinion, do you want to start first? Who was that guy?
Loaded question. In my opinion, I'm gonna let you take this one first. I want to hear what you got to say. But just heads up for you, Eric, and the rest of Cold Station, everybody out here listening and watching it, watching. My internet connection is a little shaky today. So, Eric, if for whatever reason you ask a question, you pose a question, I don't respond back, it may be because I don't hear it. So, apologize in advance, guys, if for whatever reason it does go in and out a little bit. But we're here to give y'all great content. Kick us off, Eric.
All right. So, who I believe is the most important player going into the 23 season for this NFL defense, for this Colts defense, it's got to be Julius Brents. Look, I know we talked about the defensive line being top 5 to be successful. But when you think about the most important piece on our defense going into 2023, the only other player I would argue is maybe Shaquille Leonard, but I gave the edge to the cornerbacks, and one specifically. But Shaquille Leonard, we all know impact when he's healthy he's built different. However, when you think of the weakest unit on our defense, you definitely think of the cornerback group. And having your cornerback group become a liability is a gaping hole. A great quarterback will just pick apart our defense if there's a weakness there. That's why I think it's imperative that Julius Brents takes that step up when the bright lights are on him this rookie season. The Indianapolis Colts are going to have to rely on the rookies this year. They really are, especially in that cornerback group. Losing Isaiah Rodgers Sr., losing Stephon Gilmore, losing Brandon Faison. That's a lot of people. It's a lot of players. Honorable mention to Darius Rush, but I'm talking Brents because he was taken earlier by a few rounds. So second round pick, Julius Brents, most important piece. Has great size, 6'3", 198. Amazing length, 82 and 5/8 inch wingspan, longest of any quarterback at the combine. Plus, he's athletic. We don't draft out non-athletic players. Chris Ballard loves that athleticism. So he's got all that at that size. Potential's there. So, when I think of Julius Brents, I'm hoping he has a Tyreek Woolen type of season, a Sauce Gardner. That'd be even better. Patrick Surtain II. Y'all catch my drift? I'm talking NFL ready rookie corner, ready to be a ball hog. This guy essentially has to replace Stephon Gilmore. And we really haven't seen him yet this offseason due to that wrist injury. So not only is he an unknown, we haven't really seen him on the field. We've seen film on him, but he's got to take that step up. I think playing cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play as well. You have to just shadow the receiver. You have to react. It's really tough. If you make a mistake, there's a potential for a big play. If there's no safety help, you're over there on the island by yourself a lot of times. So we need a lockdown corner. I don't expect it to happen this year, but it'd be really cool if we got one instantly, like those players I was just talking about. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But You think about our cornerback group, you think about how good our defense was at times last year. And it was really it started with Stephon Gilmore a lot of times. I told y'all plenty of times, most impactful player, it's gonna be Stephon Gilmore. And it really was. He won us a lot of games. So that's why I think Julius Brents is the most important piece, because he's got to step up in that role. He's gonna have to. So
I like that, man. And like you said, I mean, he's about to get thrown into the fire. He's not gonna have a choice, and it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out for him. We're hoping for the best. As you mentioned, I do think it's probably more than a 1 year deal, but hey, those flashes, I want to see some flashes early on. That'll be great. He's at a perfect position to come out there and show out for the team, and I think he will, as long as that the rest heals up. I think he'll be out there going in all colors for us. But Eric, before I hop into mine, I just want to talk about give a quick shout out to Manscaped, our sponsor. So baseball's back, and I knew everyone wants to hit a home run, but you can't do it when your untrimmed bush is starting to look like Wrigley Field. Get your game on point with Manscaped, and you can start scoring on and off the field with their top-notch grooming products, trusted by 8 million men worldwide. Grab some Cracker Jacks, hot dog, and Lawnmower 4.0, and let's play ball. Don't forget to use code ColtsCast for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Guys, I've been using these things for a while now. They are perfect. It's not going to nick you. It takes no time. It's effortless to hop in there and get shaved up. Manscaped has the full package for your package this season. The Performance Package 4.0 checks every box, and it's the 5-star tool you've been searching for. Start off, Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is getting hyped as the Mike Trout trimmers. And after using it, my confidence level was sky high. In and out quickly to get the job done in just a few minutes, something that Rob Manfield can't say anything about. Going up to the plate against Jacob deGrom is tough enough. De-hair your nostrils with the Weed Whacker 2.0 from Manscaped so you can take your best shot at it. Clean up below the waist in 2023 with the best lineup from Manscaped. Trim your balls, trim your bat with Manscaped to get into the MVP discussion this season. Most valuable player, of course, with the code ColtsCast for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code ColtsCast at manscaped.com. All right, Eric. So here's where we're going to talk for a minute, because I think that you mentioned this person earlier, and this is a hard one for me because I really want to sit here and blabber on about addressing the maniac in the room, because we know that we need to have Shaq Leonard on the field. However, if any of you guys listened to Jim Irsay's speech, or not speech, but his interview when he was on Pat McAfee show, I think it was on 7/10/2023. If you haven't listened to it, it's a pretty good interview. You should go check it out. I'll tell you what he said, and this is paraphrase. It's not exactly what he said, but he essentially said Shaq is working hard and has a chance. He's working hard to get better every day. Now, everybody knows history of Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay is a straight shooter. He does not have any filter. He's going to tell you exactly what you do and or don't want to hear, whether that be about making sausage or being, in the upper quartile. Doesn't matter. Sometimes Jim Irsay talks out his neck. Sometimes he doesn't. There was no confidence when he said that Shaq is working hard and has a chance. So I think it's safe to say that Shaq won't be back anytime soon. And so with that being said, I know that no one wants to hear it, but I think that that's the reality of it. Guys, we got to focus about what's going on within the organization right now. And there's only one player that comes to my mind when I think about that. And that man goes by the name of Zaire Ziggy Smalls Franklin. Now, Zaire, guys, we all know the season that Zaire had last year. 166 tackles, 3 sacks, 6 quarterback hits, 6 passes defended, and 3 forced fumbles. Did I mention the 166 tackles, which was a record for the Indianapolis Colts? He is now the franchise record holder for the most tackles in a season. So, guys, Zaire stepped up when it mattered the most. All right. He is now the official focal point of the linebacker core, and his responsibilities have gotten even bigger now that Okereke is gone as well, because we have no Shaq. We have no Okereke. Now it's Ziggy to step up and basically train everybody. He has to be that coach. He has to be that centerpiece. EJ Speed's going to be in there now. So now he has to elevate EJ Speed level up. One thing we have noticed over the past 3 years, Eric, about our linebacker core is that pretty much whoever gets in there, but people who get in there can be successful. We saw Shaq. We saw Okereke. We saw Ziggy last year. So EJ Speed, I hopefully don't think he'll have too big of an issue stepping in and kind of helping out a lot, especially because he's going on that same trajectory where Zaire got to play special teams for a couple of years, and then he really got his defensive reps. EJ Speed the same way. He's been that special team focal point. Now he's going to get his reps. But Zaire is going to have to hold these guys together. And there's no question why he's been a captain on the team for years now. I mean, he's the hardest worker in the room. I don't care how you want to slice it. He is the hardest worker in the room. And he wants to show and prove to everybody that he deserves to be where he is. When we look at his field presence last year, I mean, he was all over the place. He was aware of everything that was going on in the field. He was able to jump routes. He was able to force fumbles. I saw him in that Denver game. He got bumped off a play like 3 times and still managed to make the tackle. Like, this guy is all over the place. And I mean, based off his stats, you can see there's clearly more plays where he was the dominant force than not. And I think that this season is going to be his Pro Bowl season for him, because he has to continue to know that he is that guy. I just don't feel like at this point Shaq's going to be back anytime soon. And Zaire he always plays with a chip on his shoulder. And that's one thing I love about him, because he's going to come out there and show y'all that, I may not have been the highest prospect coming into this. I may not have the same flashiness that some of these other guys have, but guess what? I'm going to show you I'm a dog whenever I'm on this field. And I think the throne is his for the taking right now. And again, I'm not saying that means Shaq is gone. I'm saying that at this very particular time where we can't focus on the what ifs of Shaq Leonard being on the field, we have to focus on the Zaire Franklin being on the field, because he's going to be the one on the field come week 1. It's still a toss up for Shaq. So I don't want to hyper focus on a what if, because that's the same Andrew Luckish feel, well, what if he's there? What if? Guess what? It didn't happen. And now we're saying, well, what would have happened? We don't want to play that game. I want to play the what will happen game. And what I do know is Zaire will come on that field week in and week out and give everything he has for the entire season.
Man, that's very saddening that we might not get Shaquille Leonard back. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Because, I think that was one of the biggest things that held this defense back last year was we weren't forcing turnovers like we were the year before. I'm pretty sure we were bottom 5 in that department. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, Zaire Franklin has been a dog. He stepped up last season. Tackles leader. He's a really good linebacker, and I'm glad we have him. So yeah, I won't argue with that, Jamal. I like Ziggy. I think you make a good argument there. I will stick with Juju Brents, though.
I'm excited to see Juju, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I know what Zaire brings to the table, but I think that someone like Juju has a target on his back. Essentially, I mean, he has to fill Stephon Gilmore's shoes. He has to come in as a rookie, and with the extra pressure of being the hometown kid, I mean, I think he has a lot to show this upcoming season. So I think it'll be a good time for him. And like you said, I mean, the linebacker core, for what it's worth, you're not really on the island. You got some other people out there helping you because you're in the box. But once you get out there outside the hash, I mean, you really is a one-on-one battle every play. So
so you like my Juju Brents?
I like
take
Juju
better.
Yeah, I like Juju. I mean, I'm more excited for Zaire, but I like Juju.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But guys, that's our most important players on our defense going into 2023. Let us know what you guys think. I know we all have different opinions. I'm trying to hear it. I want to see. So yeah, let us know in the comments on YouTube. That's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast today. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Guys, take care.
Enjoy it.